This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by Squarespace. Okay, let me do a serious one. A man from Auburn, Washington, was thrown in jail for trying to deposit a legitimate check. Okay, Chase actually called authorities and had him thrown in jail. We have a video that shares more detail into this story. Let's watch and then we'll discuss it.
I was really excited. For the first time I actually got to buy a lawnmower and mow my lawn and everything.
Buying his own home was a big accomplishment for construction worker Ikena Njoku. He's only 28 years old. Njoku qualified for the first-time home buyer rebate on his tax return.
It was really important. I mean, I had a vehicle that I was looking on paying off.
It wasn't just any vehicle.
I had a 2001 Infiniti i30 silver. It was just like my favorite car.
Njoku signed up to have the rebate deposited directly into his Chase bank account. But when the IRS rebate arrived, there was a problem. Chase had closed his account because of overdrawn checks in the past. The bank deducted $600 to cover what he owed them and mailed him a cashier's check for the difference, $8,463.21. When Njoku came here to cash the check at the Chase branch near his home, he was in for a nasty surprise. The check had his name and address right on it and was issued by J.P. Morgan Chase. But the customer banker who handles large checks at the Auburn branch was immediately suspicious.
I was embarrassed. I mean, she asked me what I did for a living. And asked me where I got the check from. Looked at me up and down like, oh, you just bought a house in Auburn, really? It's like she didn't believe that.
The banker says the check looked fake, so she took it, along with Njoku's driver's license and credit card, and called bank support. Njoku says after about 15 minutes, he got impatient and told Chase he was leaving to do an important errand.
By the time I got back, the branch was closed.
Njoku says he called customer service and was advised to go back the next day to get his money. But when he arrived, it wasn't his money that was waiting for him.
Hey, they just threw me in jail. They called the police and said, this guy has a fraudulent check.
Auburn police arrested Njoku for forgery, a felony crime.
I was just like, whoa, you're making a mistake, You're making a big mistake. Don't take me to jail, I got work tomorrow. I can't afford to miss work.
Njoku was taken to jail on Thursday, June 24th. The next day, Chase realized its mistake. So they called and left Auburn police a voice message. But no one heard it. Njoku stayed in jail for the entire weekend. Finally, on Monday, he was released.
I was just stressed out, just trying to figure out what's going on with my vehicle. I love my vehicle.
Njoku's car was towed from the bank parking lot and his check seized as evidence.
And my car got sold in auction. It got auctioned off, and my car got sold.
Because you didn't have the money to get it out?
Because I didn't have the money to get it out. I lost my job as well.
After all of that, Njoku says he never heard a word from Chase.
They haven't even sent me a letter or apologized. It's been a year. We've been trying to contact these guys.
I want to close my Chase account after hearing this story.
I love that you just said that because I also have a Chase account. And I've been looking, to be fair to myself, I've been looking for a community bank or a credit union to put my money in for a while. And I'm comparing, all of the different benefits and rates and things like that. But Chase is just, they're robbing people. They're robbing the American people. They're doing this. I mean, in my opinion, this is a clear case of racism. Why are they questioning this guy's check?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not anybody. It's I mean, not to insult your opinion. It's not even your opinion. This is a clear case of racism. This was somebody who saw a black man walk into the bank with a check that seemed too high for his balance, his average balance, who was shocked that he had bought a house in the neighborhood. I mean, it is racism. This is modern day racism. This is what racism looks like. And again, you always have to remember that it's important that these stories are shown and told, and news is covering it, because there was a time in the not so distant past where these stories wouldn't warrant a news story. And it's that is racial progress too, that we can show this story to so many people and get people really upset about it as well. So I mean, I think there's progress when we see these things publicized, but it's offensive to think about it, and it makes you upset if you even have $1 at Chase, not because you feel your money's in a bad place, but because bad people work at this place, and that they haven't done anything in a year. They haven't responded. They haven't reacted. This man went to jail for 5 days.
Right.
This man, they should have gone down to the jailhouse and had him released instead of leaving a voicemail.
Yeah, first of all, them just leaving a voicemail and leaving it at that just shows you that, first of all, they realize that they made a mistake and they just don't care.
Yeah.
Okay, if you knew that an innocent man was sitting in jail, you would go out of your way to make sure you reach someone, you talk to a live person. You don't leave a voicemail and then you just ignore it. Yeah. And then on top of that, this situation occurred a year ago. He lost his car, he lost his job, okay? He spent time in jail. What has Chase done to make this situation better? Absolutely nothing. This happened a year ago. He still doesn't, he doesn't have his car back. Yeah. So it's amazing to me that it had to come to the point where an attorney or where someone leaked this story to the media, for the media to get on Chase, Chase to actually even consider doing something. And so far, as far as we know, Chase hasn't done anything. Yeah. So.
Nothing. I mean, that's what they're taking it under advisement. The Chase person says, we'll be reaching out to the customer. We received the letter and are reviewing the situation.
Yeah, that's not good enough. He spent 5 days in jail.
There should be no delay. There's no situation to review. There should be no delay in reviewing. This is the story, and Chase has to do something about it immediately.
Squarespace is the easiest and fastest way to put up a blog, a portfolio, I don't know what that is, but I guess people do that, or any kind of website.
If you need customer support, they provide it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
You can start your website or your blog with over 60 different professionally designed templates.
You can also upload content from your iPhone, your iPad, or your home computer. That's awesome.
Squarespace's mobile apps allow you to add entries or manage your website from anywhere.
Many of the internet's highest traffic websites are powered by none other than Squarespace.
Check out squarespace.com to get a 2-week free trial and 30% off of 3 months, which is a great deal if you do it in June and enter promo code TYT6.